It's time for Lady Jacket basketball once again here in Columbia. Hello everyone, Kay Crenshaw with you on the Allen Broadcast Network for this evening's matchup as the Clark Atlanta Panthers have traveled up 3 hours from Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Allen Yellow Jackets in SIAC play. Glad to have you with us on this Monday evening, the final home game for a good little stretch here. Looking ahead on the schedule, we will not see you again for almost 3 full weeks until January the 21st, a highly anticipated, emotionally fused matchup when the cross-street rivals, not even cross-town, the two schools separated by just 20 feet of asphalt. Benedict travels to Allen on January the 21st. You won't want to miss that one. But here today we have a great one. It's Clark Atlanta and Allen. Tipping in midcourt for Clark Atlanta's Coriana Evans. For Allen is Talia Boxley. And it's Clark Atlanta who wins the opening tip. The graduate point guard, Hannah White, out of Columbus, Mississippi, stands at midcourt. Allen in a man defense as White dribbles to the middle of the floor, now left wing. Looking to penetrate a pressure and does. Left-hand floater, an air ball off the back of the rim and bounces on the baseline out of bounds. Allen basketball, 9:43 left in the first quarter, no score. Clark Atlanta going with a 2-2-1 full court press. Allen still needing to cross the timeline as Bethea's pass goes to Tanai Moore right across midcourt. And then a pass deflected back behind midcourt. But no, now they're going to whistle a 10-second violation. Tanai Moore had it in the front court. The referee signaled a 10-second violation. And it was a tip pass back court. And there will indeed be Allen basketball. And your side referee must have missed the pass across midcourt. Allen will have 8 seconds to bring it across. Boxley inbounds on the near sideline and does as Billups Campbell trounces across midcourt. She stands at the logo. Net there by Stein. Billups Campbell to the right wing and dribble taken away from her. Stein off of the races, controls her dribble, goes up with the right hand, rolls off the front iron. Rebound snagged by Evans, and she goes back up for the putback. Coriana Evans back up with the left hand, and an opportunity at a three-point play. Evans, a 61% shooter from the free throw line this season. It's up and in. 3-0 Clark Atlanta. 9:14 to play in the first. Eden Billups Campbell running point, deals left side to Nia Moore, right back to Billups Campbell. A crossover dribble, nearly lost her handle, now brings it across midcourt and deals to Bethea, right side of the front court. Into the corner, popping up in the post is Nolan for a long two, and she'll sink it. Her toes were just on the three-point line. Nonetheless, Nolan's first bucket, it's still 3-2 Clark Atlanta. Panthers with the basketball, looking to deal underneath to Rose Smith. Initially, she lost it, was able to corral it in the left corner and deals back to the perimeter. Up at the top of the key, Trinity Jones. Left wing three, off the mark. Tanai Moore grabs the rebound off the right side. Billups Campbell across the timeline. 8.5 to play in the first. Allen trailing by a point. To Bethea on the right wing. Back left side, Moore. Moore, her dribble nearly got away from her. She was able to recover. 10 to shoot. Nolan. Right back to Moore on the wing, and she's whistled for a travel. 8:13 left in the first. Clark Atlanta basketball leading 3-2. Bethea pokes a pass out of bounds. It'll stay with Clark Atlanta. 8:09 left in the first. Stein inbounds on the near sideline and does to Evans. Now they swing it around into the right corner for Hannah White. Back underneath for Evans. Spin move on the low block. She powers her way in for a bucket. Coriana Evans with all 5 of Clark Atlanta's points as they lead by 3. Evans averaging nearly 14 points a game coming in. Eden Billups Campbell top of the key for Allen. Trailing 5-2, under 8 to play in the first. Phillips Campbell at the top of the key, driving right side of the lane. Dribble taken away from her by Jones. Jones deflected by Bethea on the block, but her dribble taken away by Evans, and up with the right hand she'll go. Coriana Evans with all 7 of Clark Atlanta's points as they lead it 7-2 over Allen. Bethea, right corner, Tanaya Moore 3. She responds. Allen back within a bucket. 7:10 left in the first. Trinity Jones across the timeline to Evans at the top of the key. Left corner, White. 3 ball in the air. It pinballs out. Soaring in from the board and climbing the ladder is Tanaya Moore. Phillips Campbell across midcourt to the top of the key. Moore called for it. She wants it. Left side 3 ball. And back-to-back trifectas from Tanaya Moore. Gives Allen their first lead of the night, 8-7. 6:40 left in the first. White looking to drive. Right-hand floater falls. Phillips Campbell to Bethea left side. Pass poked out. Refresh faces onto the floor for Allen as Moore, Phillips Campbell, and we're waiting for one more. And Bethea will exit. That's Destiny Jamison Whitfield, Deja Harden, Keyshauna Fair check into the mix. 6:26 left in the first quarter. It's 9-8 Clark Atlanta. Deja Harden, the junior point guard out of Milledge, Georgia, works left side of the wing. As clock approaches 6 minutes to Destiny Jamison Whitfield on the arc, top of the key, Keyshauna Fair. Back to Harden on the right side. Jump shot lifted from the right elbow, extended, left short, but she's knocked to the ground and fouled by Hannah White. Her first, Clark Atlanta's first. Foul count evened up as Harden steps to the stripe for 2. 55% shooter this season. 6:09 left in the first quarter. It's 9-8 Clark Atlanta. Harden trying to tie things up in the air and rattles in. Harden's second. She sinks both. It's 10-9 Allen. 6:09 left in the first quarter. Trinity Jones inbounds for Clark Atlanta and immediately will work her way up the floor after a pass back from Ellis. Left side, Faith Bland looking to deal onto the interior. Possession nearly taken away from her, and now it is by Destiny Jamison Whitfield. Out to Keyshauna Fair in transition. Right hand off the glass, too strong, but she is fouled and will head to the stripe. Foul whistle against Trinity Jones, her first. Clark Atlanta second. Fair at the stripe. First one just pinballs out. Still 10-9 Allen. Fair, a 63% shooter this season. She sinks the second. It's 11-9 Allen leading Clark Atlanta. 5:45 left in the first quarter. Right corner 3 from Ellis. Off the mark. Rebound Whitfield. Across the timeline. She'll deal to Harden at the logo. 5.5 left in the opening quarter. Allen leading by 2. Harden in the middle of the floor, deals right wing for Keyshauna Fair. 3 ball in the air, it pinballs out, but Harden soars in for the board. Back to Fair, driving right side of the lane, up and in with the bucket. Keyshauna Fair with an early 3 points has pushed Allen's lead 13-9. The clock approaches 5 minutes left in the first. Ellis left side of the front court, back to Jones, top of the key. Jones driving right side of the paint, off the glass and in. Trinity Jones, the junior out of Americus, Georgia, goes off the glass. It's 13-11 Allen still with 4:50 left in the first quarter. Deja Harden at the top of the key to Boxley popping out from the post as Allen is trying to respond. Nolan's pass to the right side, stolen by White, but she'll step on the near sideline out of bounds in transition. A couple substitutions for both teams as Boxley and to be determined before we could see who else was leaving the floor. Officials timeout. 4:40 left in the first quarter. We'll tell you all about the fresh faces when we come back. It's 13-11 Allen right here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. .440 left in the first quarter as Allen leads Clark Atlanta 13-11. A matchup of SIAC foes, both looking for yet another win in a row. If you're Allen, you're trying to go back-to-back after taking down Spring Hill last Thursday. Meanwhile, Clark Atlanta, they've won 5 in a row and have not lost in 2023. Allen basketball out of the media timeout. Hardened inbounds on the near side. Goes to Jamison Whitfield on the right wing. Knocked to the floor but maintained her dribble and deals to Keishana Fair, right corner. Back on the wing for Harden. 20 on the shot clock for Allen. Out left side, Jada Redden drives middle of the lane. Dump off pass. Jackson from the right block. Layup left short. Rebound grab by Jones off the miss. Up to Evans. Right hand layup. Rolls off the front iron. But Destiny Jamison Whitfield had the rebound. She loses her handle on it and it rolls out. It'll be Clark Atlanta basketball. 4:15 left in the first, down by 2. Stein, bounce pass into Evans, punched back out by a diving Deja Harden. It'll stay with Clark Atlanta, no time off the clock. Taylor Simone Jackson, Keishana Fair, Jada Redden, Deja Harden, and Destiny Jamison Whitfield. The 5 Rams on the floor, 5 Yellow Jackets on the floor defensively. After a shot clock adjustment to 19 seconds, it is Clark Atlanta basketball. Trinity Jones at the top of the key. Deals right corner for Stein. Pump fake pull up. A long 2. Air ball over the top. Harden the rebound. Had it poked loose. And then Jackson corralled it. And then soon after, she's fouled. Foul against Evans, her first. Clark Atlanta's third. 4:03 left in the opening quarter. Deja Harden running point for this Yellow Jacket team. 4-6 on the year, 2-5 in the SIAC. Keishana Fair seeming to force a pass into the paint. It's stripped and taken away by Ellis with the left hand. Shot too strong on the other end. Keishana Fair seemed like a frustration foul. Knocked her to the floor. That's Keishana's first. Allen's second. 3:48 left in the first quarter. Allen leading 13-11 as Janiah Ellis steps to the stripe. The junior out of Moultrie, Georgia. 81% shooter this season. She sinks the first. First points this afternoon, but going for 6 straight games in double figures. Second attempt. Rattles out. Fair the rebound. Allen clinging tight. A 13-12 lead with 3:43 left in the first quarter. In transition, Harden whistled for a charge. That's her first. Allen's third. Clark Atlanta looking to erase a 1-point deficit. Bounce pass underneath. Evans in the paint on the baseline. Shot rattles out. Rebound poked loose. That is saved by Taylor Simone Jackson. Jackson to Harden, trying to break the press. And dribble is poked loose by Clark Atlanta. .324 in the opening quarter. Destiny Jamison Whitfield inbounds, goes to Harden as Allen looks to break a full court press and does with a pass to the left side for Destiny Jamison Whitfield. Now right wing Fair, pull up three-pointer, too strong, and a foul whistled on the floor against Clark. Off the rebound, it was Faith Bland, junior forward, who is holding the back of the jersey of Jackson. That's Bland's first. She'll head to the sidelines. Clark Atlanta's fourth. Fresh onto the floor is Sean Tate, freshman out of Baltimore. Harden inbound for Allen and does to Jamison Whitfield. Right baseline floater, left short. Rebound poke back to her and put back dropped in. As the clock approaches 3 minutes left in the first, Allen leads 15-12. Coriana Evans, right wing, whistle for a travel. A player who had 7 points to start this game for Clark hasn't scored since as they trail by 3. Deja Harden across the timeline for Allen. Left side handoff, Jamison Whitfield. Crossover dribble, bounce pass into the paint for Jackson. Back to Whitfield. Left corner three, she got it. Less than 3 minutes to play in the first. Allen up 18-12 over Clark Atlanta. Ellis across half court for the Panthers. She stands at midcourt, met there by Harden. Works the right side of the front court and against a man defense. Ellis looking to drive. Her dribble just simply taken away by Jackson. Allen off to the races, up to Red, underneath Whitfield. Right hand, up and in. And Destiny Jamison Whitfield with a quick 5 points has pushed Allen up 20-12 with 2:15 left in the first quarter. And it's a referee stoppage for a shot clock issue. Clark Atlanta head coach Tony Bailey frustrated with the clock operators. Destiny James Whitfield going to exit after scoring on back-to-back possessions. Tanaya Moore takes her spot. Denise Stein to the top of the key for Jones. Crossover into the paint. Going to be whistled for a double dribble. 2:04 left in the first. Allen up 20-12. Harden across midcourt to the left side. On the wing, deals to Moore, closer to the corner. Moore crossover back to the middle of the floor. Now Jackson top of the key. Handoff pass right back to Nia Moore at the straightaway. Trying to get a screen. Bounce pass to Keshana Fair on the right arc. Opposite side, left corner Jada Redden. Step back jumper, left short, but she'll head to the stripe for two. White, the guilty party, her second. Clark Atlanta's fifth. 1:39 left in the first quarter. Kayla Pope onto the floor for Allen to take the place of Keshana Fair. Meanwhile, for Clark Atlanta, we see Bria Patterson, the junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, getting her first game minutes in the place of Jones. Redden can't sink the first. With 1:39 left in the first quarter, Allen still leads by 8. Redden's second attempt, too strong. Rebound grabbed by Tate as Clark Atlanta looks to begin erasing an 8-point deficit as they trail 20-12 with a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Ellis at midcourt, crossover dribble, now working the left side. Ellis on the wing, trying to drive, dump off to Evans in the paint, out to Patterson, pass too high over her head, out of bounds. And Immediately, Clark Atlanta coaching staff just telling Evans to go up with the basketball. A 6-foot frame. She's taller than anyone on the floor currently. And she had the right side of the paint open. Instead, tried to deal a pass out, and it soared out of bounds. Allen basketball. Harden at midcourt. And once again, she was for a charge. Ran right into a defender. That's Harden's second. Allen's fourth. Immediately she'll check out. Kanu Barnwell, the freshman out of Beaufort, South Carolina, onto the floor. .105 in the first quarter. Driving left side is Stein, and she powers her way in for the bucket. 20-14, Allen still leading. Redden to Barnwell. Works her way across the timeline. Barnwell, crossover dribble, top of the key. Dribble taken away, though, by Ellis. Clark Atlanta with the steal in transition. A foul whistled against Barnwell. That'll be her first. Allen's fifth. 45 seconds to play in the first. 15 foul will put Janiah Ellis at the stripe. Coming off a great outing against Benedict on Saturday. A 17-point performance for the Moultrie, Georgia native. First free throw up and in. She's 2 for 2 this afternoon, now 3 for 3. Team's leading scored over 14 points a game. Her second, nothing but string music. 20-16 our score. Allen leads by 4 with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets trying to respond. Barnwell across the timeline, and another charge whistled on the near side as Barnwell ran into the chest of Ellis. That's the fourth charge she has taken in this first quarter. Barnwell picks up her second. And she'll have to head to the sidelines, and Eden Billups-Campbell returning. Now 2 of 3 Allen point guards have 2 fouls in the first quarter. Unavailable today, Jada Richardson, due to a violation of team rules. 36 seconds to play in the first quarter. Allen up 20-16, though Clark Atlanta has the basketball. Left wing to the top for Ellis. Pass, though, taken away by Tania Moore. 26 seconds left. To Redden, right wing, top of the key. Billups-Campbell, no shot clock. Allen can hold it for the final shot if they would like. And it appears they might do so. 15 seconds in the first quarter. Billups-Campbell stands left side of the front court with plenty of space from her defender, Ellis. To the right elbow, 8 seconds. Billups-Campbell, middle of the paint. Dribble nearly lost. She recovers and looks to the right corner. Nobody is there. Soars out of bounds with 2.6 seconds left in the first. Clark Atlanta basketball. Referee stoppage again, speaking to the scorer's table, as Allen leads 20-16 over Clark Atlanta. Clark will have the basketball. 2.6 seconds to play in the first. We're ready to get back to basketball. 2.6 left in the first quarter. To Ellis at midcourt. She lost the dribble. Jackson at midcourt. The heave left short. And that'll be the end of the first. Allen leads it 20-16 over Clark Atlanta. So we'll be back on the other side for more Allen basketball on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Back in Columbia as we head to the second quarter, Allen leads Clark Atlanta 20-16. This matchup of SIAC foes. We take a look back at the first, and Allen erased an early 6-point deficit as they now lead by 4 entering the second quarter. Right side, Jazz Bethea back to the top of the key to Jamison Whitfield on the wing. Back middle of the floor. Jamison Whitfield deals right corner for Nolan. 3-ball up, too strong. Ellis climbs the ladder for the board from the low post. Janiah Ellis with a game-high 8 points in the first quarter. Came in averaging a team-high 14 for Clark Atlanta. Bounce past Evans. Now at the top of the key for Stein. Stein to the free throw line, retreats to the perimeter. Handoff pass to Ellis with 7 on the shot clock. Ellis running out of play and does. A crossover dribble at the top of the key, looking underneath for Tate. Pass tipped up out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock. It will be Clark Atlanta basketball. Ellis to inbounds on the near side. Needs 1 second on the shot clock. Immediately into Tate. And it's taken away by Jamison Whitfield. On the inbounds with the right hand, up and in. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Allen up 22-16. Patterson on the left dart to the top of the key for Stein. Stein, right side, defended by Moore. Looking to go underneath and does to Evans. She's double teamed by Boxley and Nolan, but still turns around for the drop in. Oriana Evans, the junior out of Griffin, Georgia, coming off a double-double against Benedict on Saturday, drops in her 9th point of the first half. It's 8:35 left before the break. Allen's lead sits at 22-18. Bethea on the right wing, whistle for a travel. Another turnover from this Allen group that averages just over 20 a game. Clark Atlanta down by 4 with the basketball. Stein still in the backcourt. Goes up over the top to Ellis, just inside the 3-point arc. She retreats to the perimeter. Now deals top of the key for the junior point guard Stein. To the left wing, down low Evans. On the post, up and in. No, rejected by Bethea. But she's fouled and will head to the line for 2. Fouls against Nolan, her first. Allen's first. 8:10 to play in the first half as Evans steps to the stripe. 61% shooter this season. First one too strong. Her second, just as good as the first. Substitution onto the floor for Clark Atlanta as Stein heads to the sidelines. Mariah Balteria into the mix, the sophomore from Norcross, Georgia. Allen basketball leading by 3 with 8 minutes left in the first half. Bethea, crossover dribble to the right side of the front court. Back to the middle of the floor. Bethea looking to go inside and does for Nolan. Off the glass and in. 7:50 to play in the second quarter. Allen back up by 5. Ellis with the basketball for Clark Atlanta. Looking across the timeline and does with a pass to Patterson on the left side. Patterson on the wing to the top of the key for Ellis. 3-ball in the air. 1 hop, now 2. It rolls off the front iron. Boxley can't handle the rebound. Evans just looked to throw it back up and draw the foul. She didn't, and the shot was off the mark. Bethea's pass to Destiny Jamison Whitfield is a jump ball whistle that will go to Clark Atlanta. .24 to play in the second quarter. Allen up 24-19. Evans nearly has it taken away by Bethea, but she's able to recover and deal left side for Patterson. Now top of the key for Ellis to reset the offense. Nia Ellis, the junior out of Moultrie, Georgia, this team's leading scorer at over 14 points a game. Looking to go underneath for Evans. Instead, keeps herself into the paint. Lifts a floater in the air. Shot off the mark and a foul whistle. Nia Moore, her first. Allen second. Patterson and Tate to the sidelines for Clark as Trinity Jones returns to the action, and Rose Smith, the graduate out of Harlem, New York, checks in for the first time. Ellis free throw up and in. It's 24-20 Allen. 7:02 to play in the second quarter. Ellis second is through. Make it 24-21 Yellow Jackets. They'll have the basketball, leading by just 3. Bethea to work across the left side, now across the timeline. Pass tipped up, nearly taken away. Boxley recovers. Into the right corner. Tania Moore, 3-ball up. It pinballs in. Took 3 hops around, kissed every inch of the rim before falling through for Tania Moore as Allen leads it by 6. Ellis, reversal pass for Smith, and a charge whistled after the pass from Ellis. Nolan took the hit. That's Ellis's first. Clark Atlanta's first. Great crowd on hand tonight here inside John Hurst Adams Gymnasium. 6:35 left in the first half. Allen leading 27-21. Jamison Whitfield on the right side to Moore in the corner. Underneath for Boxley, got around her defender. A shot rejected behind her. Rebound tipped up, falls in the hands of Jamison Whitfield. Layup rolls off, rebound Pope back to her, and she'll drop in the second chance points. 6:09 to play in the first half. Allen up 29-21. Evans at the free throw line to the right corner for Jones. 3-ball in the air, too strong. Nolan the rebound. Looked like she was fouled, but no whistles are blown. But they are going to slow down the Allen offense for a bit. She crosses the midcourt stripe, but 10 seconds is whistled against Allen. Hard to believe that. But nonetheless, 10 seconds off the clock. 5:39 to play in the second quarter. Aaliyah Maddox onto the floor for Boxley as Allen makes a change. Under 6 to play in the first half. Yellow Jackets leading by 28. Trinity Jones with the midcourt logo for Clark Atlanta. To the left side for Ellis. Gets a screen to the free throw line, now deals outside for Evans. 13 to shoot. Evans dribble taken away by Moore. Help to Jamison Whitfield. Allen in transition. Euro step, shot lifted, and taken away, a charge. Destiny Jamison Whitfield to pick up her first. And that's now the 6th charge we've seen in this first half. .506 left in the second quarter. Allen leads 29-21. Shot from Ellis on the right wing, too strong. Rebound Moore, out to Bethea. And she puts a nice move at midcourt. In the lane, right hand floater, left short. Evans the rebound. Foul whistle against Bethea. 4th team foul. Bethea's first. Tatiana Morris onto the floor for Moore, and Nolan going to check out as well. Media timeout, 4:37 to play in the first half. It's 29-21 Allen. We'll be back in moments here in Columbia. 4:37 to play in the first half as Allen leads Clark Atlanta 29-21 in women's SAC action. Out of the media timeout, it will be Clark basketball on their own baseline. Make that Allen basketball. Now, both players standing out of bounds. It will be Clark Atlanta basketball, as I first thought. In over the top to Evans, met there by Redden. Crossover dribble, pull-up jumper, right elbow. She sinks it. 4.5 left in the second quarter. Allen's lead trimmed down to 6. How do they respond? Jamison Whitfield at midcourt, met there by Trinity Jones. Bounce pass to Bethea, who was cutting back door, but lost her handle on it, out of bounds. It'll be Clark Atlanta basketball, 4:16 left in the first half. Evans across the timeline, back to Jones at midcourt. Bounce pass on the baseline, Balteria. Shot lifted, short, Bethea the board. Redden deals right side, Jamison Whitfield looks at the three and takes it. Too strong. Rebound snagged by Stein off the backside of the iron. And a foul whistle underneath as Bethea knocks Evans to the floor. Bethea picks up her second. Allen's fifth. That'll send Coriana Evans to the strike. A junior out of Griffin, Georgia. Has had 4 double-doubles in her last 6 games. Bethea to the sidelines as Phillips Campbell returns. Evans nails both. 29-25, Allen leads. Phillips Campbell to Redden in the middle of the floor. Still in the backcourt, they bring it across midcourt. Redden on the wing, trying to find Nolan underneath. Instead goes to Morris. Now underneath for Nolan. Pump fake and up with the left hand. She'll go. 3:10 left in the second quarter. It's 31-25 Allen. Smith in the paint, whistle for a travel. Janai Ellis returns for Clark in the place of Balteria. Morris at the free throw line. Out to Nolan. A three-pointer lifted in the air. Left short. Rebound will go out of bounds. Kaya Barnett into the mix for Clark. She takes the role of Smith. Stein in and around out to Ellis. Pump fake once, three-pointer in the air. Too strong. Stein the offensive glass off a hard ricochet. Out to the left wing for Jones. An offensive foul whistled in the paint against Evans. Her first. Second team foul against Clark Atlanta. Phillips Campbell to the right side for Morris. Hesitation, drive, crossover, pull-up jumper. Shot rolls off. Evans the rebound. Clark Atlanta off to the races with 2 minutes to play in the first half, trailing by a 6. They'll reset the offense at midcourt. Underneath for Barnett. Foul whistle against Nolan. That'll be her second. Team 6th. Nolan going to check out as Jackson returns for Allen. 1:55 left in the second quarter. Kaya Barnett at the stripe, the sophomore out of Memphis. A 50% shooter this season. The first one too strong. Barnett sinks the second. It's 31. 26, Allen. 1:46 left in the second quarter. Carry whistled against Phillips Campbell as Kayla Pope will step onto the floor for Allen and take her spot. 1:44 left in the first half. Right side, Stein on the wing. 1:35 left in the second quarter. Into Evans, kick ball. Put 20 on the shot clock with 1:33 on our game clock in the second quarter. Goes to Evans, top of the key. Now left wing is Ellis. Back middle of the paint, out right side. 3-ball up for Stein. It's rejected in the air by Whitfield. Up the floor with the right hand, up and in. Destiny Jameson Whitfield with the block and bucket. 1:12 left in the first half. It's 33-26 Allen. Top of the key, Ellis driving middle of the lane. Dump off, charge whistled against Ellis. Her second, Clark Atlanta's second. Three ball from Morris, rims out. Rebound punched up out of bounds. It'll stay with Allen. A fresh 20 on the shot clock, 44.6 on the game clock. Bree Patterson on the floor for Clark Atlanta in the place of Ellis. Jump ball at midcourt, 36.3 to play. Possession arrow stays with Allen. "12 seconds on the shot clock. Morris drives, hits the floor. Another jump ball whistled. And it'll go with Clark Atlanta. 30.4 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock is still going. So they can't hold for the final shot. Going to Evans. Now underneath for Barnett. Good post move. Can't finish though with the right hand. And then she's fouled. Jackson fouled by Barnett. her first. Clark Atlanta's fourth. 18 seconds to play in the first half. Jamison Whitfield, bounce pass across the timeline to Morris, but out of bounds. 11.6 left in the second quarter, and Clark Atlanta will get the basketball back, trailing by 7. Top of the key, Evans. Looking to drive, loses her dribble, taken away. 3 seconds, 2. Up to Jamison Whitfield, top of the key, 3 to beat the buzzer. Too strong. That's the end of the first half. Allen leads Clark Atlanta 33-26 as we'll return for the third quarter. We're back for more Allen basketball on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. And welcome back into Columbia for third quarter action between Clark Atlanta and Allen. Entering the second half, the Yellow Jackets lead the Panthers 33-26. It will be Allen basketball to lead things off as they hold a 7-point lead. Bethea, Hardin, Boxley, Nolan, Moore, the 5 Yellow Jackets on the floor to begin the second half for Takara Tolan's group. Hardin at the top of the key, who didn't see too many minutes in the first half with 2 fouls. Bethea on the wing, driving, right hand off the glass, shot left short. Rebound grab by Stein. Clark Atlanta in transition, dribble left behind her. She was able to retreat and recollect. On the left side for White. Now top of the key, Smith. Jumper lifted off the mark. The 3-second violation against Clark Atlanta. Hardin across midcourt, working the right side. Met there by Jones as Clark Atlanta's in a man defense. Hardin back top of the key, trying to work her way in for Allen. To Bethea at the top, dribble taken away by Stein. Up with the right hand, rejected out by Bethea. .13 to play in the third quarter. It's 33-26 Allen. Clark Atlanta basketball off the deflection. Quick inbounds to Evans, but she'll step out of bounds on the inbounds. Hardin. Yes. Foul, left side of the front court. Boxley and Moore surrounded her. Foul goes against Tanai Moore, her second. Allen's first. Right side is Jones, back top of the key. To the elbow, jumper lifted and nailed from Trinity Jones. The deficit cut to 5 by Clark Atlanta with 8:38 left in the third. Moore's pass tipped out by Evans as Allen will retain possession. .30 left in the third quarter. It's 33-30. Allen leading Clark Atlanta. Bethea's pass underneath, tipped out by Clark as the Yellow Jackets will retain possession. Bethea, right-hand floater, dropped in. Clock approaching 8 minutes in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets leading by 5. Pass tipped out of bounds. It'll stick with Clark. Janiah Ellis returns for Clark Atlanta in the place of Stein. Ellis in the first half off the bench with 5 points. Moore back to Bethea, 7:48 left in the third quarter. Underneath for Nolan on the baseline. looking for the reversal. Shot left short. Smith, the rebound. Jones, the floater, nearly a three-point play, but it didn't fall through. So head of the stripe for a pair after she was fouled by Nolan. Free throw rattles out. It's 35-31 Allen. 7:23 left in the third. Tip pass in midcourt, taken away by Clark Atlanta. Into the hands of Hannah White on the right wing to the top of the key for Ellis. Looked at the three, now drives. Shot short, late foul whistle. Nolan will pick up her fourth. Timeout Allen. 7:09 in the third. Yellow Jackets lead it by 4. We'll be back here in Columbia. Back in Columbia, 7:09 in the third quarter. Allen leading Clark Atlanta 35-31 on this Monday evening. Just before the break, Katrina Nolan picked up her fourth personal. And then after the two teams had huddled up, a technical foul was issued against Allen's Jazz Bethea, as the referee did not apparently like a comment Bethea made to her. So out of the break, Clark Atlanta will have 2 free throws and the basketball. For Allen, out of the timeout, it's going to be Keishana Fair, Destiny Jamison Whitfield, Talia Boxley, Courtney English, and Deja Harden. 7:09 in the third quarter, as Ellis steps to the stripe for Clark Atlanta. Ellis 5 of 6 from the line tonight. She nails the first free throw, earns one more. 35-32, Allen the lead. And Ellis sinks both at 7:09 the third quarter. Now she'll take the 2 personal foul free throws. It'll now be Clark Atlanta basketball after Ellis nailed all 4 free throws and has tied this game up at 35. Here in the third quarter, the first 3 minutes of it at least, is underneath for Smith. Her dribble nearly poked loose. Now goes to Ellis. Cross court pass, but not before. Fouls whistled for 3 seconds against Clark Atlanta. Here in this third quarter, first 3 minutes of it, Allen has been outscored 7-2. Boxley, left side, foul hard. She'll head to the stripe for a pair. Evans will pick up the personal, her second. Tate on the floor for Clark Atlanta. Meanwhile, Jackson in the mix. She'll take the place of English. Boxley's first, up and in. Boxley nails both as Allen reclaims their lead, 37-35. Boxley to the sidelines, Redden back in. 6:51 in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets lead by 2. Pass looking for Jones, tipped up and nearly taken away, and a travel whistle in the corner against Clark. Up to Redden. Underneath for Jackson, tipped up but saved by Whitfield. Harden left side of the front court, 6.5 to play in the third. Offensive foul whistled against Redden. Illegal screen. Her first, Allen's fourth. Ellis looked to send a pass underneath. It'll be tipped out. Last touch by Clark Atlanta. Harden from the free throw line, knocked down. She'll head to the strike. Foul against Trinity Jones. Her second. Clark Atlanta's second. Harden of the strength for a pair, a 55% shooter this season. First one up, off the mark. Allen still leads by 2. Allen 3 of 7 from the line today. Harden second, clanks off the left side. It's 37-35 Allen over Clark Atlanta. 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Right side, Jones. As Clark Atlanta looks to tie things up. Baseline floater rattles out. Jackson the rebound. Up to Redden, who runs it across the timeline. At the top of the key, bounce pass back to Harden, right side of the front court. Set up the offense. Handoff pass, Jamison Whitfield on the wing. Looked at the three. Now picks up a dribble and finds Keyshawn Fair flying off a screen. Looking to dump off to Redden. Now back outside, Harden. Wide open underneath was Fair. Pass was tipped. She was able to recover, but couldn't finish with the right hand. Tate the rebound for Clark Atlanta. 5.5 to play. Evans shot. Fouled. Ellis gingerly walks off the floor for Clark Atlanta. And her place will be Stein. Evans at the line for 2. Her first one off the mark. Evans second, in. Caleb Pope onto the floor for Allen to take the place of Harden. 5:21 in the third quarter. (37-36) Yellow Jackets with the basketball. As Pope works up the right side of the front court. Deals cross court to Pope. Whitfield at the top of the key. Bounce pass to Jackson, now in the hands of Keyshawn Fair. Redden on the wing to Pope right side, 7 to shoot. In the corner, Jada Redden, 3-ball up, shot too strong. Jamison Whitfield grabs the air ball, miss, and goes back up. 4:50 in the third quarter. Allen up 39-36. Trinity Jones over the right side for Stein as Clark Atlanta breaks the press and has numbers. Underneath for Tate, off the glass and in. Back to a 1-point game. 4.5 left in the third. Shauna Fair across the timeline, now to Pope at midcourt. Pope driving left side, dump off Jackson, right hand off the glass and in. Beautiful assist from Kayla Pope as she streaked across the paint from right to left and found a wide open Taylor Simone Jackson on the opposite block for the bucket. 41-38 Allen, 4 minutes left in the third. Three-pointer from the left side from Stein, left short, but she's fouled. From Jada Redden. That'll be her second. Allen sixth. Media timeout. 4 minutes left in the third. Allen up by 3 on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Four minutes left in the third quarter. Allen leading Clark Atlanta 41-38. Of course, men's action to follow later tonight right here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network, but we still have an exciting finish, I believe, in store for this women's game. Out of the media timeout, Denise Stein at the free throw line for 3 as she was fouled on a shot from the corner by Jada Redden, her second, Allen's sixth. Stein's first up and in. A 70% shooter this season from the free throw stripe is the junior out of East Palo Alto, California. Her second up and through. Finished with 4 points on Saturday against Benedict. And Stein nails all 3 to tie it up at 41 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Allen basketball, how do they respond? Jada Redden stops shy of midcourt, still needing to cross it. Crossover dribble and now does across the timeline to the left side for Pope. In the front court, Pope redirecting traffic, drawing a double team in the arc, has a teammate open somewhere. For a dribble poked out of bounds by Clark Atlanta. Pope trying to inbound, goes to Redden at midcourt. Allen has 10 to shoot. Pope from the logo, right side, trying to free up Fair. She'll take a 3 herself. Pope from downtown, she sinks it. 3.5 left in the third. It's 44-41 Allen, leading Clark Atlanta. A double team in the backcourt. Jones dumps off to Stein. Left side, through the hands of a teammate and out of bounds. 3:20 in the third. Allen's got the basketball, leading by 3. Pope, handoff to Fair. Right side 3-ball. Shot too strong. Rebound grab by Stein. Clark Atlanta trailing by 3. Jones at the top, deals right side. Jab step from Stein. Into the paint, she drives, deals underneath for Tate. Her dribble taken away by Jackson. 2:42 in the third quarter. It's 44-41 Allen. Yellow Jackets looking to build onto that three-point lead. Pope at the top of the key. Hand off pass to Whitfield on the wing. Now to Fair, who crosses over from the left side to the right. She's fouled before she has her dribble taken away. Foul goes against Stein. Her first, Clark's third. Sean Tate back to the sidelines as Shania Ellis returns for Clark Atlanta. Seems to be fine after she exited what appeared to be an injury earlier on, limping off the floor. Pope inbound for Allen on the baseline. Immediately goes Jamison Whitfield. Right corner three, too strong. Pope grabbing the offensive glass. Back to Jamison Whitfield, now left corner to Pope. A wide open left arc three. Clanks off the left side. 2:15 in the third quarter. Allen leading by 3. Stein, left side of the paint. Right hand off the mark. Evans the rebound, put back too strong. Fair the board. Pope trying to work in transition with some numbers. Pope, right hand, foul, right side of the paint. Shot left short. She'll head to the strike. Foul goes against Hannah White, her third. Clark Atlanta's fourth. Pope's first free throw, up and in. A junior out of Dallas, Texas. 14 of 21 on the season. A 66% shooter. Pope sinks the second, 1:55 in the third quarter. It's 46-41 Allen as Patterson returns for Clark Atlanta. Forward pass intercepted by Redden. Out to the left side, right corner. Keshawna Fair, 3-ball in the air, shot short. Pope the rebound. Back underneath the Fair on the baseline. Turnaround jumper. She nails it. 1:37 in the third quarter left. It's 48-41 Yellow Jackets. White, right corner. Redden three, blocked by Fair. Out to Jackson. Right side, Pope. Allen with the momentum underneath for Fair. And she's fouled before she can get a shot in the air. Keshawna Fair had the left post. Oriana Evans soared in with her third personal, and Clark Atlanta's fifth with 1:20 to play in the third quarter. Fair at the stripe for 2. Fair's first one is up and in. The junior out of Anderson, South Carolina. 7 of 11 from the free throw line this season. Free throw off the mark. Evans battled for the rebound and came away with it. Up the floor to the right wing for White, to the elbow, and timeout taken by Clark Atlanta. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Allen leads 49-41. We'll be back in moments on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Allen leading by 8. It's Clark Atlanta basketball, and a 5-second violation whistled on the inbounds against Clark Atlanta. Jamison Whitfield to Fair. Right-hand layup, shot too strong as Evans corralled the board. Ellis to the left side with 44 seconds in the third. Driving, fouled. And an intentional foul going to be issued against Allen. And it appears to be Jada Redden. No, Taylor Simone Jackson with the intentional. It's just Jackson's first. Allen over the limit. (49-41). Allen leading. Ellis sinks the first free throw. She has one more. Ellis can connect on the second. 41.7 left in the third. Tanai Moore returns in place of Whitfield. Meanwhile, for Clark Atlanta, we see both Stein and Bland return to the action as White and Patterson step to the sidelines. 41.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Allen leading by 7 points. Evans at the top with the key for Clark Atlanta. Trip, but no call. Back top, Jones driving right side of the lane. Charge. Take the bucket away as Jada Redden took the hit. Trinity Jones picks up her third. Clark Atlanta over the limit. Allen basketball, 32.9 left in the third quarter. Jada Redden stoning across the timeline and does with a pass to the left side for Moore. A long two taken, shot too strong. Pope with the rebound, trying to go back underneath for Jackson, but they'll send it to the perimeter with 15 on the shot clock. 2 seconds separate the shot clock from the game clock. 12 seconds to shoot. Now 12 seconds to play, 9 to shoot. Pope driving. Middle of the paint, Moore. Short range jumper, banked in. 3 seconds left in the third. Stein from midcourt to beat the buzzer. Too strong. Allen up 51-42 over Clark Atlanta. We head to the fourth when we come back in Columbia. (51-42). Allen leads Clark Atlanta as we make our way into the fourth quarter tonight. The Yellow Jackets trying to play spoiler and end the 5-game winning streak of the Clark Atlanta Panthers. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets at the same time trying to piece together back-to-back victories after they took down Spring Hill 73-57 last Thursday. Clark Atlanta basketball out of the break. Inbounds to Ellis. Right corner three. Too strong. Jamison Whitfield the rebound. Out to Redden, who's whistled for a travel. They go back to Clark Atlanta, who trails by 9. Up over the top for Evans. At the straightaway, Oriana Evans looking to back down Redden, and does as she lays it in with the right hand. Crossing the timeline, now right side, Bethea. Back up, right side of the front court is Pope. Cross-court pass to Redden. Left elbowed step-back jumper, too strong. Stein the rebound. 9:26 left. Stein driving, stopping the paint. Back up top to Ellis. Ellis dish out. Bland nails the baseline jumper. It's 51-46 Clark Atlanta. Allen leading, with a 5-point lead as Clark Atlanta continues to eat away. But they have fouled in transition by Stein, her second. Clark Atlanta's first. Boxley onto the floor for Redden. 9:02 left. It'll be Allen basketball at midcourt. Nolan also returns. She's got to be careful, though. 4 personals against Cardrina. In for Jackson. And immediately Barnett sprints on for Bland. 51-46. Allen leads Clark Atlanta with 9:02 left. Kayla Pope with the basketball. She's joined the floor by Bethea, Nolan, Boxley, and Jamison Whitfield. Boxley pops out from the post and deals to Nolan on the right wing. One dribble now, two. Nolan looking to spin her way in the paint on Barnett. Shot lifted off the mark. She'll head to the stripe for a pair. Foul whistle against Barnett. Her first. Clark Atlanta second. As Nolan steps to the stripe, a 45% shooter this season. First one up and in. 52-46, Allen up. 8:48 left. Nolan's second free throw left short, but the rebound poked out. Last touch by Clark Atlanta. .847 in the fourth. Pope to inbounds for Allen. Immediately, right corner three from Jamison Whitfield, and she knocks it down. 55-46, Yellow Jackets lead with 8:39 to go. Across the timeline for Clark Atlanta, Ellis right side of the front court. Back up top for Stein as she'll bring it to the right wing. Bounce down low for Barnett, up with the right hand and in. Nolan couldn't do much defensively. As with 4 personal fouls, Allen can't afford to lose her. Ellis will pick up the personal in transition, her third as she fouled Bethea. Nolan back to the sidelines, English into the mix. Kayla Pope, 3-ball up, but an offensive foul is whistled against Destiny Jamison Whitfield for an illegal screen. Third against Jamison Whitfield. First against Allen. 8 minutes left. Can the Yellow Jackets protect a 7-point lead? Not before Bethea commits the personal. Her third. Bethea will check out to 9 more, takes her place. Make that Bethea's fourth, counting the technical. 55-48 our score. Clark Atlanta with the basketball, trailing by 7. Ellis bounce out to Stein, middle of the paint, deals to Barnett. Up with the right hand, off the glass and in. Kaya Barnett, the sophomore out of Memphis, with 4 points in this fourth quarter. Pope's pass tipped up and taken away by Clark. Up the floor to Ellis. She'll weave her way through traffic back to the perimeter. Allen's lead cut down just 5 points. Barnett's possession taken away, but she'll dive for the basketball. Looks like Clark Atlanta got a timeout. 7:16 in the fourth. No. Or will they issue a foul here? The referees haven't signaled either way. And now they'll say timeout, Clark Atlanta. We'll be back after this. $7:16 in the fourth quarter. Allen leading 55-50 over Clark Atlanta. So Clark has the basketball. Stein at the top of the key, trying to work her way into the paint, and does with a spin move. Met heavily there by a double team, and she's whistled for a travel. 7:07 in the fourth. It's 55-50. Allen. Baseline jumper, tipped by Barnett, and she's fouled. Barnett fouled Jackson. That's Barnett's second. Clark Atlanta's fourth. Taylor Simone Jackson steps to the stripe, the senior out of Denver, Colorado. Free throw up. Too strong. Jackson sinks the second. Hannah White will return, take the place of Stein. 6:52 in the fourth. It's 56-50 Allen, leading by 6 points. White drawing the double team in the backcourt. Dumps off to Jones on the near side. Met there by Mayhew and Moore. Is able to send it off to Ellis, left corner. Driving baseline. She's fouled in pursuit of the basket by Pope. That'll be her first. Allen second. 6:40 to go. Like that. Clark Atlanta's third. Shot up from Evans and through. Make it 56-52. Allen's lead cut down to 4. Mayhew across the timeline. The hands of Tanai Moore underneath for Boxley. Off the glass and in as Allen responds. The lead back to 6. Ellis across midcourt to the top of the key. Left side White. Off the glass once again. Clark Atlanta back within 4. Can Allen continue trading punches with the Panthers? Boxley in the middle of the paint, lifts a shot up, initially deflected, then stripped away. Last touch by Clark Atlanta. .5:59 to play. Shauna Fair back into the mix for Allen. Meanwhile, Bland returns for Clark Atlanta. Jamison Whitfield inbounds on the baseline. Goes to Boxley. Out of the post, working near the corner to Fair in the corner. 12 to shoot for Allen. Top of the key, Kayla Pope. 9, now 8. 7 to shoot. Pope on the right wing, driving. Right hand, off the glass and in. 5:40 left in the fourth. It's 60-54 Allen. Jones trapped in the backcourt, dumps off to Ellis. Weaving her way through the paint, dumping off to Evans. Baseline runner off the mark. Bland the rebound, back out to White. Middle of the paint, jumper nailed. Whitfield up the floor to Pope, and she's fouled on the wing. Trinity Jones picks up her fourth. .5:15 in the fourth quarter. Jones going to check out with 4 personals. Stein returns. 15 foul. Pope at the stripe for a pair. First one. Rattles out. Pope's second, too strong. 60-56 our score. Allen leading by 4 with 5:10 to play. Foul underneath on the shot from Bland. Shauna Fair will pick up her second. Allen's fourth. Bland a 55% shooter this season. Her first one too strong. 4:58 in the fourth. Second free throw off the right side, but Stein grabs the rebound offensively. Second chance offering for Clark Atlanta as they'll go to Ellis at midcourt to reset the offense. 4:48 left in the fourth quarter. Allen leads by 4 underneath to Evans. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Out of bounds, it will stay with Clark Atlanta. Fair out, Bethea in. 4:39 in the fourth quarter. Clark Atlanta with the basketball, trailing by 4. Evans on the right elbow. Out to White, shot clock expires. Katrina Nolan checking on for Allen in the place of Jackson with 4.5 left. Bethea, right wing, looking to drive, throws a shot in the air, and she'll head to the stripe for 2 after a trip. Foul goes against Ellis, that's her 4th. Arnett returns. Bethea heads to the line for 2. Jackson in for Nolan. Trinity Jones returns for Ellis, each of them with 4 fouls. 4:22 in the fourth quarter. Allen up by 4. Can Bethea extend the lead? 33% shooter from the line. First one too strong. Her second is good. 61-56. Allen leads by 5 with 4:22 to play. Left side, Ellis. Jab step drive. Bounce pass to Evans. Middle of the lane. Back up top to Stein. Left side, Jones. 3 ball in the air. Shot too strong. As Jamison Whitfield grabs the board. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Allen leading 61-56 over Clark Atlanta. Pope, 3 ball, right wing. Off the mark. Clark Atlanta, 3.5 minutes left. An offensive foul whistled underneath against Barnett as she was pushing off in the post. Her third. Clark Atlanta's 6th. Jackson and Bethea to the sidelines as Nolan and Harden step on the floor for Allen. Leading by 5 with 3:34 to go. Harden, right side. Underneath for Nolan. Looking to back down Barnett and does. She's fouled going up with the shot. That'll be Barnett's 4th. The 3rd Panther to pick up 4 personals. 3:18 in the fourth quarter. Hannah White returns to take the place of Jones. And also Rose Smith in for Barnett. Bethea back out there for Harden for Allen. 3:18 in the fourth. Nolan at the stripe for 2. First one too strong. (61-56). Allen still leads by 5. Nolan's second rattles in. It's 62-56. Allen leads. Nolan out, Jackson back in. White to midcourt, crossing the timeline is Stein. Middle of the paint, runner lifted, rims out, Bethea the rebound. In the backcourt for Pope, stooning across the timeline. Deals a pass to Bethea, who beats a defender with right elbow. Euro step jumper left short. White the rebound, 2:52 left. Up the floor to Ellis from the free throw line. Into the paint, shot lifted and fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. Kayla Pope will pick up her second. Nolan and Jamison Whitfield back in for Allen as Jackson and Bethea head to the sidelines. Meanwhile, Smith back out. We see Tate return for Clark Atlanta. Ellis at the line for 2. First one in there. 2:46 in the fourth. 62-57 Allen. Another close game for this Yellow Jacket team. Ellis's second free throw just as good as the first. A 4-point affair inside John Hurst Adams Gymnasium. Allen leading 62-58. Harden splits 2 defenders, deals out left side Kayla Pope. 3 ball in the air, shot too strong. Rebound Evans. But her dribble taken away by Nolan, who deals out to Harden. 2:29 left to play. Jamison Whitfield underneath for Nolan and a foul whistle before she caught the pass. That'll put Nolan at the line for 2. Foul whistle against Tate, her first. Clark Atlanta over the limit. Bethea returns in the place of Harden. Nolan at the line for 2. Allen currently leads 62-58. Allen's first is in there. The lead now 5. Nolan's second is in there. 64-58. Allen leads. Nolan made both free throws. Jackson back in her spot. Nolan can't play too much defense with 4 personal fouls. 2:22 in the fourth. Inbounds pass taken away by Bethea off the glass and in. 66-58. Allen now leads by 8. Clark Atlanta with the basketball. White to Evans. Jumper too much. Bethea the board. Bethea across the timeline and now to Pope. 2 minutes on our game clock. Allen can take away a quarter of that if they just want to run out the shot clock, leading by 8. Pope at the free throw line looking for Jackson underneath. Pass tipped out of bounds with 1:50 left in the fourth. It'll stay with Allen. Nolan back in, along with Boxley and Jamison Whitfield. Trinity Jones going to return for White. Clark Atlanta makes a change. 1:50 left on our game clock. 13 on the shot clock for Allen. Inbounds, no. 5-second violation against Allen. 1:50 in the fourth. Nolan Harden back out. Bethea and Jackson back in. And the referees won't allow the substitution. I haven't seen that one before. It was a dead ball. Would have made sense. Nonetheless, Katrina Nolan has to be careful with 4 personals. They're going to drive right at her. Tate to the outside for Jones. Middle of the floor, driving, shot lifted and in. 1:37 in the fourth quarter. Allen's lead at 6 points. Jamison Whitfield across the left side and will pick it up. Underneath for Boxley. And her pass for Nolan, high and out of bounds. Nolan and Harden out. Bethea and Jackson back in. 1:24 in the fourth. Allen leads 66-60. Inbounds taken away by Pope. But then Pope throws it right into the hands of Jones. Up to Ellis. Shot deflected. Jamison Whitfield has it. And a jump ball whistled. And now players are all tangled up underneath. Jump ball will stay with Allen as Harden and Nolan come onto the floor. .112 left. Allen up 66-60. It will be Yellow Jacket basketball. As they're set up now, it's Clark Atlanta basketball. Harden's fouled on the inbounds by Stein, her third. 1:10 left. Yellow Jackets lead it by 6. They can grow that if they'd like. Jackson back in for Nolan. Harden at the stripe. 55% shooter this season. Allen leads by 6. Harden's first. She pushes the lead to 7. Harden nails both. It's 68-60 Allen. She'll check out to 9 more back in. Clark Atlanta basketball with just over a minute left, trailing by 8. A double team at midcourt nearly results in a steal. And now it does. Jamison Whitfield with a takeaway. It is taken back from her by Stein. But stepping out of bounds was Jones. 53.8 seconds left. Nolan and Harden on the floor for Moore and Jackson. It's Allen basketball with an 8-point lead. Inbounds in the backcourt for Harden. 50 seconds left. Allen leads 68-60. Pass to the right side for Pope. Now up top, Jamison Whitfield. 17 to shoot, 39 to play. Boxley back to Jamison Whitfield, top of the key, an 8-point lead for Allen. Now close defensive matchup. 8 seconds. Harden top of the key. Jamison Whitfield pulls up for 3 to ice it. Off the right side. Evans the rebound. 23 seconds left. Clark Atlanta trails by 8. They're not moving too quickly. The pass the right side tipped out. It'll stay with Clark Atlanta. 17.9 seconds left. Moore and Jackson back on for Nolan and Harden. 17.9 seconds left in the fourth. Allen leading by 8. Left side, Ellis, 3-ball up. Rattles out, Jackson the rebound. Nearly has it poked away for her, now in the hands of Pope. 8 seconds left, 7. She's fouled by Ellis. That'll be her 5th, she's done. 6 seconds left, Allen leads by 8. Patterson will come in her spot. Pope at the line for 2, though this one is all but over for an Allen victory. Pope sinks it, 69-60 Yellow Jackets. Pope's second free throw, just as good as the first. 70-60, Yellow Jackets lead with 6 seconds to play. And the inbounds, but all to run out the clock. Jones on the right side, 1 second left. She won't even get a shot off. Allen wins it, a come from behind win, 70-60 over Clark Atlanta. They end the Panthers' 5-game winning streak, and the Yellow Jackets have won back-to-back. First over Spring Hill last Thursday, then today against Clark Atlanta. With the win, Allen improves to 5-6 on the year, 3-5 in the SIAC. Meanwhile, Clark Atlanta will fall to 7-7 on the season and 6-3 in the conference. Well, looking ahead, Allen on the road coming up this week at Payne College for a 5:30 tip-off coming up on Thursday. Meanwhile, Clark Atlanta will return on the road on Wednesday. Or make that, excuse me, they'll return home to take on Edward Waters this Saturday at 2 p.m. in Atlanta. Well, that'll end our women's coverage. Be sure to stick around here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network for men's action coming up between Clark Atlanta and Allen. But congrats to the Yellow Jackets. They are victors, 70-60. Thank you all for tuning in to our women's coverage. We'll be back in roughly 20 minutes for men's action right back here on the Yellow Jacket Sports